Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. I'm doing card of the day. Make sure I know what day I'm on here. 3/17. So I'm using the Work Your Light Oracle. So the 17th is the star energy. For March we have Empress energy, 3 all month. Why I said that weird month. The year is a 5, 2 and 2 and 1 is 5, but I'm not that concerned about that because it's sort of like the whole thing is shifting, basically. Like shit be spinning. So 17, the star, does break down to 8, which is strength or justice. With the 3 on there, it doesn't really matter because it goes back into 8 or 11 no matter what. But the star and the Empress is judgment, so we might have a closing out here in terms of hope and realignment, but we'll see. See what we get. The Work Your Light Oracle. I did clear and shuffle it. I start shuffling it when I talk at the beginning of the video, and I don't know why I do that, because it's noisy. So I got a weird glare on my glasses, because the light is shifting. Even the light's shifting, so. Okay. Get. Come on. Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. If that's not a combination of the star and judgment, then I don't know what is. So we have the moon here. We're looking towards the full moon on the 28th for Libra, which is justice, but also part of an aspect of the Empress. Notice that she's a 3, and we have the trifold goddess here in this image. Essentially the mother, the maiden, and the crone. Not to say that the masculine energy doesn't have a trifold god either, because there's the youth, which is like the fool, and then, or sometimes Mercury, and then there's the father, which is the emperor, and then there's the wizard, right, the wizened old man, which could be the hermit, but is usually the magician. But the whole month of March is on the 3 energy. We're dealing with the feminine, so we see her popping up over and over again. I'm assuming, logically, it would follow that in March, when we get to the 4, we would be dealing with masculine energy. It's kind of like how the Venus retrograde happened before the Mars retrograde. Ladies first. It just happens to be what's going on. Just 'cause it do, that's what it do. This looks like the top of a mountain, and I was hearing High on the Mountain of Love. Is that Johnny Rivers? I think it's Johnny Rivers. Way down below, there's 500,000 people. Somewhere there's a church with a big, tall steeple. I think it's like inside the church bells are ringing for the hour. Somewhere there's a wedding that should have been ours or something like that. I'd have to look up the lyrics. It's hard to like remember them and hear them in like singing in my head and then try to repeat them back because it loses it because I'm not gonna sing it. Unbound. Soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. There's been a lot of purging. There's been a lot of dealing with the subconscious and unconsciousness. I feel like this is sort of ramping up towards the end of this period. We see, or then the 17th, we're getting a lot closer to shifting out of Pisces into more Martian energy. It's like a few more days. So it's like, while you're in the subconscious, you got to keep releasing this. This picture actually was a lot like the, what day was that? I know I can look it up by the title. The 14th, with a card of the Seeker of Chalices popping up out of the water. This is really similar, but we're on top of the mountain. The 2 days in a row of the Queen of Pentacles dealing with like flight and navigation, and now or floating off the top of the mountain, getting in the tractor beam like in Close Encounters of the Third Kind there, right? Devil's Mountain, right? We're getting over this incredible obstacle of dealing with the shadow, which is like I mean, typically the subconscious has to do with the life here, but it's like it's sort of in the same realm as the past lives that you don't remember. I don't think it's technically the same level of existence. I feel like past lives is more like the unconscious, and then stuff that you've subjugated so that you can survive and deal with the day to day is the subconscious. So Pisces energy dealing with the subconscious. But I feel like the sort of unconsciousness is part of the scorpionic energy that's coming through with Pluto in Capricorn, which I did talk about sometime within the last week. It might have even been on that 14th reading. So what's on here, inverted, we're taking a look at the bottom of the mountain. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. I mean, this is essentially the same thing, right? There's this feminine energy, feminine figure wearing this peach color, which to me is, it's like, it's saying the heart chakra, but it's like, it's coming up out of the sacral, where like I feel safe to be myself, but it has to come through emotionally, right? What's this? This is the womb and the tomb. That's why the queens are the number of death, right? It's the death and rebirth cycle is seen as the cave is the same as the womb. I go in there and I have a psychic death, and then I rise out of the top of the mountain and I've ascended, right? I'm reborn in a higher dimension. So these two cards, this one inverted, I think because there's maybe confusion or delay, usually when these cards are inverted, but I almost see it as like a mirror world right now. It's like with the, it's very similar to the energy of what I was talking about for, is this the 17th? Am I doing this right? Yeah, the energy of the 16th was realigning, where it's like we always look at the map this way. Now we're looking at the map the other way. So this isn't necessarily how I usually see it with a delay or confusion. It's like we're turn the map over. It makes more sense that way. Um, like turn the map over, the signs are all carved upside down from how you're looking at it. It's like things that you thought were pointing you in the wrong direction are actually where the universe was trying to get you go the whole time. And again, it's this idea of I'm in the mountain, I'm going through this cleansing and rebirth experience. I'm not taking my past life garbage with me anymore when I ascend. And it's like I don't have to die to do this. Some people are, though. There's a lot of people passing within the last couple years because they don't understand that they don't have to physically die to have this ascension and let go of the past life trauma, that you can actually do it while you're still alive. And you can go through this condensing period of like reeling in your energy, is saying like I'm gonna chop this off me, I'm gonna chop this off me. If it's coming energetically, it's not like I'm literally hacking off my toes to squeeze them into this shoe. It's like I don't have to be tied to an identity as this other thing. I can I can like I can defrag my system, I can refresh, and my antivirus is going to add the updates so that I don't have to keep having these viruses that are shadow aspects of my past life or earlier in this life attacking me. I can, not only am I releasing my soul patterns, but here it's like there's a lot of ancestral stuff tied to the DNA. It's like, hey, what's this? Let me. And they're like, I don't have to literally die to repair the DNA. I can sort of, just shine a really like bright flashlight in there and like zzz, laser it, and I'm like, oh, like now I've healed like a whole lineage of family trauma. I'm just sort of glossing over it, and it's not really that simple, but this is what's happening with this energy. All right, so now if you do want to hear more about ancestral stuff, I do have an ancestral healing reading. I think I used to have it labeled as ancestral trauma. I think I call it ancestral healing now. I had a thing where I had these like really huge, like one card for each ancestor thing for several generations, and it was just kind of messy. So now I have like a shorter one. But you could also do like a life purpose reading, which would go into some historical stuff too. So those are ones that I offer, but you can see the whole list down in the description box underneath here. You can email me, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com. If you'd like to help keep this channel chunking along, you can hit that tip jar, energy exchange, PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. And then if you want stuff, I've got merch and prints and art items and coloring books and stuff. Everything's through the link tree, linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. Oh, my jaw hurts. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, check out my playlists tab and my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.